movies. Hi, everyone. This is Mimi. Okay, wait. You're listening to Creepers Peepers. I am one of your hosts, Mimi Dybs, and I am a voice actor and an aspiring horror actor. And I really love scary movies.
And I am Sara Mullins. I also really love scary movies. I am a writer and producer here in Los Angeles, and I happen to write scary movies. One thing to know about me also is I was basically raised in the deep depths of hell. Horror hell, that is.
Yes.
But also a little bit of, we're all living a little bit in hell, so whatever.
I'm Aarti Hari Chopra. I am a baby. I am terrified of horror movies. It's not that but lately I will say that Sara has gotten me into them. And so through Mike Flanagan, I would say Mike Flanagan stuff is the stuff I love, and I would love to be in his stuff one day. He's incredible. And I myself am a writer and actor as well. And I write more fantasy and sci-fi. So I'm genre adjacent, I think.
Yes.
But I'm dipping my toes into horror.
Yay.
So yeah.
And I will say that with the ideation of this podcast, it was definitely, I really took a lot of inspiration from Too Scared Didn't Watch. If y'all don't know who Too Scared Didn't Watch, highly recommend you listen to them. They are fantastic. But their whole kind of shtick is that Sammy, one of the girls, loves horror movies, and the other two are too scared to watch. In this dynamic, in this trio, if you will, we have two horror people who like horror and one person who is being dragged into horror.
Which is why I'm being forced to watch them for real. Okay, I'm being forced to watch.
But this is good because we need to provide all perspectives.
I wanted to watch Casablanca. Okay,
yes, we're not watching Casablanca.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're going to be holding you hostage for the remainder of this podcast.
Yeah. But you know what?
Help.
You are actually providing the listeners, there we could have listeners out there that are probably like, hell yeah, horror. And then others that are like, oh my God, no, I'm too scared. You know what I mean? We gotta give them the POV from both perspectives.
Yeah. You are suffering so that others do not have to.
Exactly. You're a martyr.
I love that it's two white women telling this brown woman that she needs to provide the perspective.
The way she just clocked
her
us, Sara.
own people, okay?
She read us for Phil.
She did. And you know what?
That's fair.
We deserve it.
Yep.
We deserve it.
I will take it.
I will take that. But we will still be holding you hostage because this is, about colonialism and...
No.
Oh, Mimi, I will make it about that. Don't you worry.
Okay, perfect. You know what? This will be studied anthropologically, I think, by the masses. But yeah, so I even though I do love horrors and horror, I really haven't seen a lot of the older horror films, which is kind of how the topic of the podcast came to be, because I haven't seen a lot of the classic horror films, and me wanting to be in horror films. Many people were asking me, have you seen Scream? Have you seen Halloween? Have you seen Nightmare on Elm Street? I'm like, nope. I haven't even seen Blair Witch Project, which is the topic of today's episode. I haven't seen The Shining, which is the topic of next episode. So all of these really, really great horror films that I just haven't seen. And so I'm so glad that I have friends to share this with.
Also, just say you want to star in them. Star in them.
I know.
Manifest that for yourself.
Yes, manifest that shit.
Ask what you want of the universe.
True.
Okay,
Miss Universe. If you're not too busy, I'd like to star. My dream would be to star in an A24 film, which I know they do a lot of psych thrillers, but that would be, honestly, if I were to be in an A24 film, I could be like, well, and then I'd just be a voice actor the rest of the time, because I love voice acting is my number one.
Well, the great news is that my goal in life is to write an A24 film.
Oh my God. Wait a minute.
I would love to both write and star in our A24 film.
Wait, this is
A24,
perfect.
hello.
So A24, I know you're listening. You can email us at creeperspeepers@gmail.com. I've yet to make the account. I will.
Also, it's already packaged.
Exactly.
Like, clearly. So
You have a writer, an actor, and an actor-writer. So,
Yeah.
what more could you need?
I'll direct.
It's
I'll
perfect.
produce. Well,
Exactly.
I'll be a pre-producer. I'm not a blind producer.
That's fair. That's fair.
Please do not put me in that position.
You're like, actually, I fear I have.
I am promising too much. I am
Yes.
a development and pre-producer.
Well,
I am
know
not
your
a line
strengths,
producer.
know your boundaries.
Exactly. So today's episode is about Blair Witch Project. Yay!
Yay!
I personally have never seen it.
I have seen it.
Sarah has seen it. Have you seen it?
All I know of it is that it is a found footage movie.
Yes, that's
and
what
I
too.
know I've seen like episodes of TV shows that have done callbacks to scenes from it. I am going in fully blind here.
Nice.
Okay.
Same.
So,
because if I wasn't, I wouldn't be here.
That's a good point.
Yeah. So I'm a big fan of found footage horror movies. It might be one of my favorite genres within
Nice.
horror. And I won't spoil anything before we start watching this movie, but I will say Blair Witch Project is one of my least favorite found footage horror
However,
movies.
I will say they originated the found footage genre.
They did. I have to credit them there. But you will see how you guys feel about it.
Okay.
But it's not my favorite. I'll just say that.
All right. In terms of like how scary it is, it's not scary enough.
There's a medley of reasons that I will get into after because I don't want to poison the well.
Okay.
So to speak.
Mm-hmm.
I'll just say I just wanted to give my opinion up front.
Nice.
To like kind of set the stage a little bit, but I don't want to spoil my thoughts on it for you guys.
Got it. Well, I'm excited. I think I'm curious as to how the witch appears or if it's about a witch at all. You know? Do you think it's about a witch?
It's a witch named Blair.
It's a good guess.
If we're not mistaken.
What do you think the project is? Because it is the Blair Witch Project.
It is a white woman looking for a manager.
Oh, no. So everyone in LA, like literally every.
Yeah.
It's in New York, I believe. I believe this one takes place in New York.
Is it upstate?
Is it upstate New York?
Where
it's
does
somewhere.
It take place?
It's in the woods somewhere.
I think it's.
Is it snowy?
It might be.
In the movie?
I don't remember. It's been a minute since I've
I don't know why
it.
I started this. I don't even know anything about this movie. I'm like, I don't know. This is what I have. Yeah.
All right.
I have a bit of audacity in me.
Yes, if you will. A little tongue in cheek. Yeah. So are you ready?
I'm ready. I'm as ready as I can be.
All right. Well, we'll see you after the film. Okay, so we watched it. We watched The Blair Witch Project and action. I didn't realize there was a clapper in that film till I just saw it.
So I would love to hear your reactions. As someone who's seen it before, I have thoughts, but
I thought it was the most boring film I've seen in a while. I just think I want more. The whole time I was like, I want more. And Aarti was like, you don't know what you're saying. Like, she's like, I want the opposite of what you want. And I was like, this is nothing. I was like, yes, Diva, give us nothing. It was literally that the whole movie. It was a little bit of like, but like for me personally, I kind of strive to be scared. I want to be. That's why I like scary movies. Part of me is like, ooh, what's going to do it? Again, this one certainly did not.
We're very different people. I mean, I was bored out of my mind. I was bored.
Okay, so we can at least agree it's a boring. I think all three of us, correct?
Yes.
It's boring.
The characters were really annoying to me.
Yeah.
But I didn't mind the thing at the end. I thought it was like I think there were parts of it I enjoyed from like a storytelling perspective. Now that I'm
Like
like,
what? Enlighten me as to what part of the storytelling perspective was good, because I thought it was trash, but
no,
people are
not
probably
the
going to come at me
story.
for it.
Okay, what I mean by
I
that
just don't think
was
it's good.
I liked this scene when they're interviewing people at the beginning with like all this stuff of
Yeah.
like, and then like that thing at the end, and there's a guy standing in the corner. It's like
It ties the lore back to it. Yeah.
but it's tying the lore back to something that isn't even the lore. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it was like, okay, I feel like what I mean by that is purely from I don't even know. Like that was literally all I mean by that is that is the literal only thing I liked about the movie as a storytelling device. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I know.
Like,
I feel like what you're saying. I totally hear what you're saying. I think that was
because we
the
kept
only
looking-
saving grace of the movie was that it got across one point.
well, because
Which like it could have done. I was like,
Blair
let's
witch,
layer this. This
but
felt like a
instead
really long roundabout way of getting point home. Like that could have been a short film.
If it could have been a short film.
You know what I mean?
It could have been an email.
It could have been a short
It
film.
could have been an email.
It could have been an email.
Really could have been an email. No,
it could have been a short film that circulated on YouTube. Oh my God, that's scary. Goodbye.
I'm going to be very clear. I'm not defending this movie. I thought it was very boring. I thought it was very bad. What I'm saying is I'm like, okay, if I'm like trying to like study, because as I said, I am terrified of horror movies. I am here for the purpose of, I think it's very interesting. Like, okay,
We're so proud of you.
If I can repeat what I was saying earlier during the movie, I know we were talking a lot during the movie, and you kept saying, save it for the podcast. But like, I think for me going into this, I was like, oh, I want to face fear, because I've realized like a lot of my life, I've let fear hold me back from a lot of things. And I'm like, I'm interested in this concept of like studying it. And also from the perspective of like, I think a lot of horror is like, it is in the realm of fantasy, which I live in, and that's all I write. I write a lot of fantasy. I read a lot of fantasy, like, and like that's what I love, right? And so it's in that same genre. And I think just as far as like trying to find what is what is a thing about a movie that is like I can take away from that the thing, learn what not to do, but also to learn like, oh, this was something cool. Was I like this idea that at the beginning they're like interviewing all these people about like what rumors they've heard and like the lore of this region, of this part of Maryland, right? And then at the end, it's like not a Blair witch, but it's like sort of following the lore of like this one guy we heard about that wasn't even like, it was just a man who was horrible. And I think that kind of speaks to the horror genre of oftentimes the real horror is like man itself.
And also, I do think
agree with that, but
I do think there's something to the idea that this movie plays on the interpersonal horrors of their relationship as they're going through this life or death scenario. That said, I am also not lauding this movie at all, because I am not a fan of this movie. I think it is a deeply boring movie. And like I said, one of my probably my least favorite found footage horror movie, because I think I am a huge fan of found footage in general. I think it's a really fun and interesting way to tell horror stories. But the problem with found footage is that, one, the barrier for entry is very low, which means that you can pick up your phone.
Anyone and their mom can make
a found footage movie, and they don't pay attention to what they're actually trying to say with that found footage, and also use the tools effectively. What is going on over there?
You okay?
I want to make the joke that will absolutely be cut.
Okay. Make the joke. We'll cut it.
When you said anyone and their mother could make a found footage movie, I was like, someone should have made one on the Epstein Island and saved us all a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
I think they did.
They did.
I think
it's being redacted. It's being kept from us.
Of course.
I'm so sorry.
No, please, no.
No, but go.
But yeah, that's the thing about found footage.
Have to edit that out too.
It's fine.
I think it's funny.
I think it's funny too.
And true.
And
current till the current state of affairs.
You can tell when this. Well, really, this is going to be relevant for a while.
Right?
So what am I saying?
But
I'm
no,
sorry.
I hear what you're
always going to make everything political. I'm just warning.
No, I think it's pretty obvious this whole group is going to. So if anyone thinks I don't know if you use the term snowflake. I think that's a good.
This podcast might not be for you.
Yeah, very liberal women who know their worth. No, speaking of, and like, no, I'm about to get so fucking like feminist about this. I don't give a fuck the whole time. And I made several jokes about this during. I was like, these two baby bitch ass boys having the absolute audacity to raise their voices at this girl. Mind you, the girl's annoying as shit.
I was going to say, I was like, honestly,
I really didn't like her and I don't care for her, but I am a girl's girl through and through. And that is to say, like, I'm sorry, I can't see. If two men raised their voices at me and they were 5'8" and 5'6", I would be like, turn your ass around and get the fuck away from me right now. I'd rather be alone in these fucking woods. And that brings me to the main point, which was, give me a little more cannibalism. Give me a little more. I want to see them survive. I want to see them struggle. I want to see, I think Yellow Jackets was like, what if we got them stranded in the woods and then took it to a realistic level? Or you know what? I don't even know how realistic, at least entertaining. Because this way was just them being like, and mom, just know that I was the one that started it. And I'm like, girl, you haven't even tried to eat Mike's leg yet.
Here's the thing. I both agree and disagree with you. Because here's the thing. I'm the type of feminist that I say, look, I think all of us should have equal rights. I think all of us should have equal pay. I'm going to fight for equity.
Yes.
But also some of us fucking suck and deserve to be yelled at for being little bitch asses.
No.
Because she was annoying AF. Okay. I'm sorry.
Really?
I was in those woods. I would have been yelling at. I would have been yelling at all of them. Okay. They were all annoying and they all kind of deserve to die.
I think that was the horror in and of itself is to me. I got a massive ick just being like,
she was so fucking dumb. She chose those two people to go with her. That's what I kept saying. I was like, she's a little pick-me who was like, I'm gonna bring these two people into the forest with me. And then she was like acting like I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna defend her here.
I don't think any of them were redeemable. At the end of the day, I think that's why that's my biggest gripe with the movie. Is gripe the word? I think. Yeah. With the movie is that I don't give a shit about any of these characters.
Okay, but here's something again. Horror historian coming.
Yes, thank you.
So
local horror historian Sara. Thank you so much for coming to correspond on the show.
Actually, the thing about this era of horror movies is that a lot of them in the late 90s, early 2000s, the main protagonists were often people you just hated and wanted to see die.
In all of horror? That's
not
like a horror
all
thing?
of them, but like this was like a short period in horror history. So like I'm thinking like Cabin Fever comes to mind.
Yes, Cabin Fever.
Is that on our list?
It might be. I think.
Is that a horror film from like the when?
Yes, it would have been early 2000s. I think.
I know a lot about that
on our. I don't. I haven't even heard of it.
It's got did you ever see Boy Meets World?
Yes.
It's got
Topanga.
Sean.
No, I was like, please say Topanga.
Boy Meets World.
Topanga, my bi-awakening. No, everyone's bi-awakening. It's Topanga. What have I done? The way I wish you said Topanga. No, but anyway, so wait, who? Sean?
Sean is in Cabin
flowy
Fever.
hair.
The best friend.
Yeah, the best friend.
The one we all actually had a crush on.
Fair.
Yeah.
He was no, second was the main guy. He was nerdy and funny.
He was cute.
He was cute.
He was really cute.
And then Mr. Feeney. No, I'm kidding.
Mr. Feeney.
I love Mr. Feeney. No, but I also feel like this movie for me personally made me aware of how much I really appreciate cinematographically. Ooh, new word unlocked. I hope that's the right way to say it. Cinematographically beautiful films. Like that's why I love A24. They do something, they have a cinematography style that really jives with my brain and I like it. It's the same reason I like some of the Twilight films. I'm like, oh, this blue filter. Or like Jennifer's Body. I fucking love Jennifer's. Like there's certain movies, I don't know that those were the best to illustrate the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is that I like when high quality cameras are used to make film. That's why I really appreciate film now. And sometimes there's older films that they're endearing in their own way, but I really do enjoy the technologically, like,
It's interesting.
the cinematography you get out of trying to be as crisp as possible.
It's interesting that you say that because our next film is The Shining.
Right.
And
but if it has a style, that's the other thing. If it has like a style, like a Wes Anderson or like a Quentin Tarantino, like if you have a signature style to your cinematography, I like that too. This to me, it's not like I don't know what this director did after this. Did they make another found footage film? I don't care.
I don't know anything about
That's the
the
thing. I have
filmmakers of
seen
this.
found footage movies that are, or even like episodes of TV shows and stuff where it's found footage, and they're done really well. They're done, like, they look good.
Really?
This was horrible.
I just like the whole time I could not get myself to care about what was going on. It felt like I was watching someone's home movies. And I get that that's part of the whole like thing they're trying to go for, is to weirdly, I don't know. I'm sure it works on some people. For me, the whole time I felt like I was like, oh no, is that the last time you saw your dad on camera? Oh my God. Like, why am I intruding on this very personal moment that feels like very like, but also like, I immediately want to disassociate from that because I'm like, I have very happy memories when I see home movies that are styled in that same kind of VHS-esque way. You know what I'm talking about? And so like, I can't get myself, which I'm very glad, I guess, I can't get myself to view that kind of like, I'll give it the fact that like, it definitely plays on your imagination to fill in the blanks. Like, for example, when it's just the ground and it's them talking or them going or them being like, holy shit, what's that? It's like, then your brain is like, well, what is that? Oh my God, how many heads does it have? Blah, blah, blah. Like your brain, I did feel a little bit of that, but to me, I'm like, show me something masterfully done, like on screen. I really like.
Well, and I think that this movie set a precedent for other filmmakers to create similar things, but I think later filmmakers do it so much better and so much more intentionally, because I think the problem with this movie is that a lot of the shots feel like very throwaway. Like,
Yes.
like you don't need
Yes.
a billion
you're
shots of just them walking through the forest. It's just not, like, we get it after a couple of days. They are lost. They are tired. They're hungry. We get it.
Totally.
And
I think they really tried to nail home the point of like, during these really low stakes times, we're lulling you in this false sense of comfort. And to me, that comfort felt boredom really freaking fast when I was just like, I can't even get myself to pay attention to this movie.
And I think for me personally, because I understand that some people, and there have been periods in stylistic choices, even in books and film and television, where it's like, the point is you're supposed to hate all the characters, but like, even if you want us to hate the characters, you still have to make them interesting.
Yes.
Like, I think Succession is a great example.
Yes.
Of this, right? Like,
oh my God,
all these characters, they're terrible in all their own ways, but there is something that we like find interesting about all of them. And I think that's what keeps us hooked, right?
That's a great comparison.
That's the problem I had with this, because I think something that when I was in college, like, I forget which one of my professors says, but he's like, if like your audience will forgive everything but bad storytelling. Because the moment the script is like, the moment the characters are bad and the script is bad, like, we won't forgive a thing. But if you give us good characters and good stories, we'll forgive the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a really good point.
I think that was my biggest problem with it, because I think I felt there was a good movie under here somewhere that they could have found if they just did it better.
Yes.
I think
it was a half-baked plan.
There's a great short film in here.
Yeah.
There
is a fantastic short film in this.
There really is.
It did not have to be an hour and a half.
No,
truly.
No.
But I think it's a good learning. I think overall, I would say a lot of filmmakers would agree with that statement of that, hey, it is a good learning opportunity for us to watch. And again, take what we liked about it, leave what we didn't like. And I'm here for that. And I love that discourse of like that we're going to end up watching all these different films, because I know they're not going to all be like Sinners, like how we were just like freaking jizzing over Sinners 2 seconds ago. I'm sorry, but like literally, because it is so, I loved Sinners, and I just don't know that like I feel like I'm doing the history of scary movies right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think they're all going to be my favorite scary movie, but I think they're all going to be important to watch because I think, yeah, Sarah, we were talking about, or yeah, we were all talking about how the fact that like culturally people will make references to The Shining and will make references to Blair Witch Project. And I'm like, huh? I've never seen that movie. So even if I think it's a bad movie, I want to have an opinion on it. I want that opinion to shape why I like the movies I like and why I find the movies I find so fascinating to be so good.
And I think something else is like, even as a fantasy nerd, like I read everything, and like I said, I have a problem. Once I start something, I have to finish it. Even if I hate a series, I have to watch the whole damn thing, and it is insane. It is an insane habit to have in your brain. But I think
feel like that's an OCD thing.
It is. I'm pretty sure it is. But part of that is like you learn so much from the things that you don't like too, and the things that are bad. Like you learn so much from bad art as much as you learn from good art, And so I think it's like it's important to watch it all and like understand it all.
And that was my biggest, I think, problem with watching movies before is that I only ever wanted to see movies that I loved, and there's only a couple that I truly love, like a Sinners doesn't come around all the time. I also really loved Weapons. Like there's certain Heretic, like there's certain, a lot of these are A24 films. I love A24. I just want like that kind of, I don't know, that kind of scary movie.
I think that for me, it's always, I'm always chasing that high of like you watching a Sinners, watching a Heretic, and you're just like, man, that was great. That was so good. And that's, I think, true of movies across the board is like, you want to feel that like that high every time.
But then I used to feel so disappointed when I like felt like I wasted my time on a bad movie. Like I was like, truly, I just literally, like it really does feel personal to me. I'm like, I just sat down and watched. Like that's how it used to be. But like something like this, we get to sit down and watch this and at least we get content out of it. You know what I'm saying? At least we get to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like we can.
I was like, I feel like for me, at least, like, I always look at it as like, I had such a good time with you guys.
Obviously that.
But like,
obviously that.
Go off about content, God.
And you know what? Maybe it's about the friends you make along the way. Obviously, I'm glad that we get a girls' night together to watch movies. And that is way more like beneficial to me than, I just wasted my time sitting down and watching a movie I didn't like.
Can we all agree that were we in that situation, we would have handled it
100%. And also, I can't get over the fact that like Yellow Jackets, basically the same concept.
Her finger went up. She was like, "Oh wow!"
She said, "Let me tell you."
Actually,
I think we would not have even been wandering in those woods without like we would have stayed on a trail.
Yes,
we would have had a campsite.
But also, like Blair Witch's mother. Yes. I'm thinking she just like she is mother. Obviously, she likes making arts and crafts. I would be like,
we would have joined in.
What do you want me to do, Mama? I will literally teach the fairies of this.
Can I just say?
Yes.
Can I just say? Yes. This is the problem. She chose two men. She should have chosen two women.
Yes.
She's gone with two women.
They couldn't find the whimsy of a place like that is the forest. The forest can be scary, yes, but it can be whimsical.
Blair Witch was like, "You're a pick-me.
Yes.
How dare you come into my woods, into my home with two men? Two annoying ass men? No. You bring women next time and we'll all have a little fun."
Well, Mother Nature did not enjoy having two fuck-ass guys in her woods. Just like yell. I'm sorry. I just can't get over them yelling at her. Because they just like bullied her. And I was like, ew. Can you imagine being two men bullying a woman? Shame on you. That's disgusting.
No, because I do want to go back to your thing where I was like, I disagree and I agree. Because I do agree. Like it was horrible. I'm not saying it wasn't horrible.
It was just a bad trio.
It was a bad trio. Worst men on the planet. Like truly, they were horrible.
But then I wonder. I think that was maybe part of the device that the filmmakers were using in being like, let's make them characters that don't really know each other. Albeit an interesting choice that I'm sure some people will praise. I personally don't care. I would much rather know something about people that have some lore together. Like I would have wanted some backstory between all three of them that gave me more stakes for why I care about them.
I totally agree, because like why did Mike have to just not be?
Where did he come from?
Like why
he was just like
an
additional add-on that neither of them knew that well. Like, okay, we're all strangers. It's such a in improv, the first thing you do when you start a scene is, how do I know this person? You're almost never trying to go in being like, hi, nice to meet you. Yeah, let's get through the small talk. And it literally is like, that's why you don't introduce people that are new. It just made no sense as a character.
When Josh mentioned that he had a girlfriend who was like, if I don't come home, she's going to go. One, the fact that a man like that had a girlfriend. Oh my God.
No. Can you imagine? I'm going to go to the woods with my girl colleague and my other guy colleague we barely know. I'd be like, babe, I'm going to find someone else to take your part of the rent, because what the fuck is this? What is this fuck ass
it's like,
trip you're planning?
But that's the thing. It's like, when you say like, like give us some like reason to get, even if we don't like it,
yes,
give us a reason to like be invested.
Yes. I think they tried to take the imaginary thing too far. They were like, well, why tell everyone everything about these characters when they can just fill in the blanks? And it's like, at the end of the day though, I don't want to think about this movie more than I have to. Like,
it's really
I don't want to have to fill in the blanks.
It's the most forgettable movie.
It really is.
Truly.
And that is not to say, because I know that
I'm gonna sleep fine tonight.
Exactly.
Guys.
There was nothing to worry about. And she was literally like, guys, I'm turning this off. Guys, I'm going to turn this off. I was like, okay.
It felt like something scary was going to happen.
But that's the thing,
doing my little song.
Yeah, but also it's like, when did this come out? Actually,
1999 or 1999.
99 it came out. It was just not a very scary time in 99. What was the most scandalous thing that happened politically? 99 Bush?
No, that still had
Bush like said a slur or something. I don't know. Like, when did the Monica Lewinsky thing come out?
That happened before that.
That happened before that. So literally, this
Y2K. Y2K was just scary.
But that's the thing, is this is a scary movie made during a time where Y2K was the most like, whoa, subversive thing. We live in a very different world today. I am not like that. I highly doubt any of these movies are going to be anything that is worth writing home about in terms of scaredness. And I'm ready to be proven wrong. I will say that on the record. I'm excited for one of these movies to actually scare me. But so far, Blair Witch. Okay, let's rate. Should we rate?
Yeah, on a scale. Let's do on a scare level, and then on like we'll do two different.
Okay, love it.
Scare level, and then on just overall movie quality.
Okay, scare level, and then overall movie quality.
I'm gonna do a really quick note, Yes. Sorry. My roommate's boyfriend is coming by. I'm gonna I did let her know to let us know if possible when he's about to come in, so that we can pause, just so that we don't have like much.
Perfect. Sorry. No worries. We should be hopefully done with that.
Yeah, we're ready.
But yeah. Okay, so a rating for how scary it was and how good it was. How scary? 0.5 out of what?
10.
0.5 scaries out of 10 scaries. Out of 10. Okay, that feels really low. But like, okay, maybe 1.5. 1.5 scaries out of 10. I'll be a little more generous than that.
Oh, but I'm going with like 0 to 0.5, honestly.
Really?
I was also going to go with 0.
There were times where I was like, oh, I don't know if I could. I felt like if I was in a theater, maybe it was a different experience.
Experience.
That's kind of the leeway I'm willing to give it. But other than that, no. I mean, yeah, it was.
I mean,
but in terms of how good it was,
there was one moment where I almost was like, something scary. It feels like it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And like that was a moment where I was like, oh, maybe. But then I was like, but nothing. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I honestly am like, I almost forgot.
It never came to fruition.
Like,
literally.
I want to give it a 0.
The scariest part at the end is just like, oh, some guy said that there's a legend about the kid being in the corner, and then at the end, the guy's in the corner, and it's like, okay.
I feel like you have to give it a 1.
I don't
just
want
by virtue of the time.
And you can't make me.
I'm not going to, Sarah. I want to give it a 0. A 0.5. I will give it a 0.5. I'll give it a 0.5.
Have you seen the meme of Tyra that's like, I want to give you a 0, but I can't, so I'll give you a 1. Sorry. Anyway, what are you saying?
Well, I was saying that you have to do something a little bit higher than me just by virtue of.
I'm not going to.
What is yours?
I agree with you.
Oh, just zero. Really? This
Zero.
is flatline for you.
I will do a 0.5.
This was
0.5.
Okay,
no
this is
response,
flatline.
no scare,
Zero scare.
no fear. I have seen.
I'll give it like a 1, probably.
I've seen
A
other
one out of 10
similar
scares.
movies that do similar things that have scared me way more than that.
Okay.
So
And then out of goodness, I would give it a 1.
I will give it a 0.
So you're 0.5 on scary and 0
I will
on
give it
good.
I will give it a 0.5.
Okay.
I will give it.
I want to give it a 0. Okay, here's the thing. The one thing I liked about it, which I started with, I was like, fine. But even that, I don't feel like it deserves it. Like, okay, fine. You had a good story device. Like, every movie has at least one thing. Every bad person has at least one good thing. Like,
the way you went so steadfast on the 0, and then I was like, "You're gonna get him to 0." You said, "Fine, 0.5." Like, it's okay to give it a 0, but it's really, that's so funny. Oh my god! Yeah, I mean, it's not very good.
I'm going to give it a 1 simply because.
So 0 on scaredness.
You can give it a 1. It's okay.
0 on scaredness and a 1 on good.
Simply because it spawned lots of other great found footage movies. I'm giving it the creativity and the precedence that it set. Yes. Not the quality of the film itself, but just the moment it made, it created in the world, made for more interesting creativity later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm giving it a 0.5 in scary because Sarah said I have to go higher than her. Yep. Okay. And I'm giving it a 0.5 in good because, yeah, like I think I can see where there are some aspects, but I'm like, that's it. That's it. You can go in the corner now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, I appreciate the position you served. Thank you for your service. But like at the end of the day, would I watch it again? Probably not.
No.
So thank you for watching it again, Sarah. I appreciate it.
Well, it's been about 12 years since I last watched it. So,
That's
I thought it was worth checking in again just to see if were my original thoughts about it accurate, or was I just dumber back then? No, I was smart. I was right. I was right to feel exactly how I felt. And I maintain that I have always been brilliant.
You're like, you know what? And rethinking back, would I change my score? No.
No, not at all.
Amazing. I love that. And that's good. That's going to be good to reflect and be like, what did I think X amount of years back? Did my thoughts change? For me, it's just going to be a very first original thing. I think for Aarti as well.
Yeah.
Because you haven't seen that movie before.
No.
Okay, cool. Well, how should we end our podcast? What should we say? We should say a thing.
We have to have a catchphrase.
I know. What
are we going to do?
I'll sleep tonight.
I'll sleep tonight.
No, I don't know. Oh, I was just saying, sorry.
I do like it. I was trying to see how it sounded.
But I'm like, yeah, I feel like I'm...
Okay.
That is a great question to end on, because sometimes some podcasts will end on a question. And our question could be, Aarti, will you sleep tonight?
I will sleep tonight.
I will sleep tonight.
I will sleep tonight.
Sounds like we're engaging in a demonic...
A little menage a trois.
We literally just summoned a demon. That's amazing. Okay.
It's like
all right,
Bloody
love you
Mary.
guys. No, literally.
Well,
the way we just went into us. Goodbye. We love you.
Thank you for listening to Creepers Peepers.
Bye. See you next time.
Good
Creepers
night.
Peepers.